Hello, today I'm going to be showcasing a web app I've been developing for the past month. It's called the Ultimate Cipher. It's published on GitHub, so you can view the source code if you want. To visit it, just go to theultimatecipher.github.io. So you can see this brings you to the home page of the Ultimate Cipher. There's the encrypt button and decrypt button, and VIP only page of FAQ and settings. These three we'll talk more about later in the video. But for now, we're going to focus on the encrypt and decrypt. So clicking into that brings you to the encryption page. Here you can type any message you want. Clicking the submit button will give you an output. So I can type any message I want with some limitations. Special characters like emojis and some not so common characters like this and this aren't really supported. There's a list in the FAQ if you really wanted to check which one are supported. Also, a side note is that numbers like 1, 2, 3, they also cannot be encrypted. But common characters like exclamation marks and question marks, they'll work. So if I can input a message like hello, click submit, wait for it to load, it'll give me a heavily encrypted message. This message is extremely heavily encrypted. I doubt anyone can decrypt this. I even asked ChatGPT and they literally could not solve it. Yeah. So anyways, to decrypt this, just click the copy button. It'll copy to your clipboard and you can just paste it in here. And then click submit and then it'll load and I'll give you this. This is a fun way to send messages between friends covertly because like no one can decrypt this unless they know the software for this. So I think that's pretty cool. And so now I'm going to talk a bit about how the software actually encrypts and decrypts it. Okay, I'm on Adobe to showcase essentially how the encryption and decryption process works. Okay, so first of all, to encrypt the computer, the first step in the encryption process is to uh, generate a key. So the computer will generate a random key. For simplicity's sake, I'll just call it key. So pretend that it just generates, the computer randomly generates this key. And then it will take your message, which could be like hello. So this is your message. And then it uses this key to encrypt this message. And this message becomes gibberish. Like that. Gibberish. And then what the computer does is it takes this key and breaks it into separate parts. Like that. Like it breaks it into separate. And it like puts it inside there. So at like random intervals. Like for example, puts E there, K there, and Y there. So it just breaks it up and spreads it out randomly inside of the message. And then it gives you this as your final message, which you can then copy and then you can decrypt. So decrypting is basically reversing the encryption. So, of course, the first thing you would do is to find the separate parts of the key. And so the computer would find, oh, look, K, E, Y, and it'll just do, and it'll just create, it'll just reform the key. And yeah. And then I'll just remove the key from that message. And now it uses this key to decrypt this message back into hello. And then it gives this message to the user. Now, this is a very simplified version of how the Ultimate Cipher encrypts the messages, but it's the general idea. Now that we've talked about how the encrypting and decrypting work, we can talk more about the fun stuff, aka these three remaining buttons. So, as you can see, there's a VIP only button here, and clicking it will not do anything. That's because you don't have the VIP button. I mean the VIP code. You need the VIP code, and you have to enter the VIP code here. And to get the VIP code, you need to solve a riddle. And to solve the riddle, you have to come here to this page, and this is the riddle. Yeah. And then if you solve that, the answer to this will be the VIP code. So yeah. And then now if you enter the VIP code successfully, you can unlock some cool VIP features. For example, you can access this. Also, uh there is a limit on the message encrypt, so you need VIP. But if you do have VIP, you can type more than this. And the loading time, it will also reduce that service like a lot. And then there are themes. You can access some exclusive themes like those. And yeah, and the particles. And now I'm going to talk about the themes. So we're obviously in the dark theme right now because it's selected. You can choose other themes like the light theme. This is just for people who like a lighter theme. And there's also a seasonal theme, which changes every single season. So, for example, right now it's fall at the time of this recording. So, I obviously get the fall season. If it were in winter, then you would get the winter theme. And if it was spring, you get the spring theme, and so on. And these ones you can't use right now because they're in VIP. They're VIP ones. So if you had VIP, you wouldn't have access to these. And now I'm going to talk a bit more about some very fun things that I just decided to implement because, yeah, it's a custom theme. You can import your own custom theme and your own custom particles. Well, to import your own custom particles, you need to have VIP to enable the particles first. So anyways, I'm going to show you how to create a theme and also create a particle. So, to create a theme, you have to go to theultimatecipher.github.io and then add /theme editor. This brings you to something that's pretty similar to this, except you also have these color pickers. Now, these color pickers allow you to change the color of the background. And, well, changes what it says here. So this channel is a square. It's like a rounded square, but like whatever. And so you can just edit any, you can create anything you want. Like if you want it, well, yeah, you can basically edit anything you want. And then there's a helpful preview thing that you can just click around and test how things look. And so when you're done, and also I want to mention this upload image. It just allows you to upload an image as the background, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to use one of the backgrounds I use for the seasonal ones. So doing that, you can click export. It'll download a zip file. It's not a virus. Yeah, so to import it, you just click choose file, and then you select the file you want, and then you click import. And then this pops up, and then you get your own custom theme. And now, uh, we'll talk about creating your own custom particles. So to create your own custom particle, you just go to particle. You just change this to particle editor. That'll bring you to this page. Uh, you can basically edit the particles, like for like the movement direction, like if you wanted to move up, and like if you wanted this to bounce or not. And then there's actually a ton of settings that you can just play around with. You can edit the colors if you wanted to, and then you get an instant preview right here, which is pretty cool. And you can also upload a custom image if you wanted to. Okay, so I'm gonna import this one. It's just snowflakes. So as you can see, you get snowflakes. And you can edit the particle sizes, you can change the particle speed, and all that cool stuff. So for this example, I'm just going to create like snowflakes. And then when you're done, it'll export. It's just a JavaScript file. You can look at it if you want. There's literally no viruses. I guarantee you. You can also look at the source code in case you're just like that suspicious. But yeah. And then to import, you first need to import the particles. Well, you need the VIP. So I'm just gonna get the VIP code real quick and be back with you in a second. Okay, I've got the VIP code, and so now I can just enable the particles, and I'll also showcase some of the VIP themes later. But anyways, I can enable this particle, and I can import the particle. So I'm just gonna import the particles, and you can see, boom, there's the particles. Now it looks a bit laggy. That's because it is laggy. If you click refresh, it'll look way smoother. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And now I'm just gonna showcase some of the themes that require VIP. So also, yeah, the particles look really sick. Like really sick. Yeah, I'll just hop through some of the themes just to show you. And then these are the other seasonal themes that that'll change through the seasons, but you can unlock all of them if you just have VIP. And then there's this hack theme. That's my personal favorite. It's green, and the particles change. Uh, well, they either do zeros or they either do ones. It's kind of random, but like, yeah, see, it's kind of random chance what it is, which is pretty cool. And you can't do that with the particle editor. Yeah. And now let's take a look at the VIP only. So it's actually not exciting as you would technically think, because it's just not. It's basically encryption and decryption in the same page. So you can just select encrypt and just type hi. I'll give you this. And then you can paste this in here, change the mode to decrypt, and it'll decrypt it instantly. So that's just a small thing that I made, which is pretty cool. Also, if you've noticed that um, the loading phase is gone, because it is, I told you it drastically reduces the loading time. And also, there's no longer a character limit, so you can type as many characters as you want, and it'll encrypt. Yeah. And this is basically a showcase of what my ultimate cipher does. and thanks for watching.